Hello, JB coming at you with a new video for Prize Picks. It is 3:23, and we have a pretty big slate today, so I want to try to hop in this pretty quick. Let's go over yesterday real quick. If you are following, I posted this in the morning, and it ended up hitting. So I hope you guys tailed, and we had a pretty big night. It was pretty good. The core plays were Giannis and Jokic over rebounds, and they both hit. And then I also went over a couple bonus plays, which I said for now on I'm just going to have you guys, I'm going to list as watching the video. But that's only just because I want you guys to watch the video more than coming on Twitter. So I will go over some of the plays I gave you guys. I basically told you to play the Knicks and the Bucks because Chris Middleton was out and Julius Randle was out. So the only person that didn't hit on the Knicks was Evan Fournier. I suggested you play RJ Barrett and then basically any of the Knicks. So Mitchell Robinson, Alec Burks, and then I did talk about Trae Young and his New York narrative. He went off. And then I also brought up Jordan Poole, how his prop wasn't up for some reason, and they brought it out later. And of course, Jordan Poole hit. The one prop that didn't hit that I suggested was Giannis first half. He just was super efficient, but he just wasn't aggressive. I think Brook Lopez ended up with more shots than him, so it was just a very strange first half for him. I don't know, I guess, and they still ended up blowing him out. So that was just a quick recap. So I just want to hurry up and get into these picks for y'all. So I'm going to give you guys 4 official plays, technically 5 I guess, just because 2 of the props are the same person and I just like them both equally, so I'm just going to give you them both. If you've been following my channel for a while, I always seem to want to go back to this. They just hover back and forth between 8.5 and 9.5, and I say 8.5, I am taking it. So I will take DeAndre Ayton 8.5 over on his points. But also, sticking with Ayton, his rebounds, they're going to need him for Cat. I'm pretty sure Cat's going to play. So this is also a really good prop. Like 9.5 is too much. I mean, yeah, he didn't hit it once, but it's DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he'll get there. Well, minus foul trouble. Every big man, you always got to worry about foul trouble. Okay, so the next one I kind of want to talk to you about is Kyrie. Now, I'm liking his blocks and steals. You can obviously go, or I should say, most people will obviously want to go his points or something else, but I just like his blocks and steals a lot more. I think he's just going to be aggressive on the defensive end, and it's his birthday today, so there's always that narrative. So if you don't like the blocks and steals, go ahead and play anything Kyrie. His fantasy, I would say, maybe would be a close second favorite for me. So if you are not liking that, I just go with fantasy, and he should be able to hit that too. And then my next 2 I want to give you are still here. I want to give you Miles Bridges over fantasy. This is just a really good matchup for him, and both times he's played them, he has exceeded that fantasy score. He's coming off a bad game, which is good. Honestly, I like people that are coming off bad games because then they're usually due for a bounce back. So let's see what he did in his first matchup. He dropped 68 fantasy points, 38 points, 12 rebounds. That's pretty good. 24 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 42. So I just think the overall fantasy score itself is just too low. And also, Desmond Bane, with John Moran out, he's going to be doing most of the scoring and facilitating and whatnot. There's always a chance Dylan Brooks could decide he's going to take a zillion more shots than Desmond Bane. But if you look here, even with John Morant playing last time, he still dropped 47 fantasy points, and they've only played once. So I'll even go over here to John Morant just to let you know that he did play that game too. So he played one game, and they both went off actually. So he got 36 points himself. So that's pretty good. So those will be my 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 4/5 official plays, just depending on what you guys end up wanting to do. I will post those ones on Twitter, and then I'm going to go over some of the ones I'm not going to be posting on Twitter. So here's another play I like a lot. Donovan Mitchell assists. I think this is just too low for him. I mean, Mike Conley is back today, but I just feel like he has too much usage to not have the ball in his hands and make the pass, you know. If you look back at their last games, they played one time and he got 6 assists, so he covered that pretty easily. And let's just see if Mike Conley played that game too. Yes, he did. So they both played and he still exceeded that. So that's my only concern when you're thinking about taking his assists, but I just think that's something today you don't need to worry about. The next one I want to talk to y'all about is Kadeem Cunningham fantasy. You could also take his assists. That's pretty safe, seeing as he's either pushed or he's exceeded it. But I just feel like with this fantasy, it's a little bit safer as far as there could be a day where he just doesn't end up passing, and he does get a lot of steals and blocks to kind of make up for his turnovers, seeing as he is a high turnover guard. But I think just he's trying to get that Rookie of the Year, so I think that he's going to try to go out today, and it's against Atlanta. They're on a back-to-back. They should not be able to contain Cade. One that kind of just caught my eye, I'm not sure why I like this one so much, but I was looking at this right here, and I feel like 4.5 for Andre Drummond is just way too low. Like, he had one bad matchup against Embiid here, and then every other game he's just smashed. Steven Adams, I know he's a good defender, but is he that good of a defender to not allow him to get 5 points? I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and give this a shot tonight. There's 2 props that I really like, but of course they're not going to be out because Prize Picks likes to play that game where they hold back props for, see, they don't have any Knicks up yet. And do they have any Indiana? No, they don't. Okay, so the props I want you guys to be looking out for is RJ Barrett, his first half points, or you can go his fantasy. You don't even have to go his first half. It's just that if his first half is 13.5 or lower, I see him hitting that all the time. And then we'll see what his actual full game stuff is, but I don't think the game is supposed to be a blowout. It's an 8-point spread, so I guess there's a possibility. But I just like RJ Barrett. Basically, any prop. Don't go his assist. Actually, I take that back. I don't like all of his assists. I like either his points or his fantasy. Okay, sorry about that little rant. Anyway, the next prop is Brogdon. When he comes up, if Halliburton's out, you smash Brogdon faster than, I don't know if they'll even list him up here until they get that news, but if for some reason they list Indiana players up here and then they drop the news, you'll really want to be on top of that. So I think those would be the only picks I give you guys. Technically it's 5 bonus picks. I won't be able to put the Brogdon and the RJ Barrett one in there yet, but I hope we have another good night like yesterday. That'd be great. So just like, subscribe, follow, and I might post a line on Twitter again like I did yesterday. So just be on the lookout for that, and let's get some money, guys.